Welcome guys. In this video I'm going to be using two different methods, recursion and iterative methods, to calculate the nth number of a Fibonacci sequence. So first of all, what is a Fibonacci sequence? So the best way to say this, let's just say 8 here in the sequence is the result of addition of these two previous numbers. So 5 plus 3 is equals to 8, and 5 plus 8 is equals to 13. 8 plus 13, we get 21. So this sequence just keeps going on and on. So you might be asked a question to get the nth number of this sequence. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to use this recursion method to implement this, and then later use another method that is iterative to compare this. So first of all, create a function named fib and give n as its argument. And the first thing I want to do inside is give this condition: if n is equals to 1 or n is equals to 2, and then our result is equal to 1. So we saw this here for n is equals to 1 and n is equals to 2. We just get these ones, but if n is greater than 2, then we're gonna be adding these two previous values to get this one. So now we're gonna be implementing the else side. So else, our result is the addition of the two previous numbers, so which is fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2, so which is just these two previous numbers. So actually the recursion method is gonna take care of all of this. Even if we wanna get this 34, we just say fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2, and the recursion is going to take care of this for us and give us the answer. So the result here, let's just return the result. Return result. So now let's test this method. So I'm going to create a variable called answer here. It is outside this function, and say answer is equals to fib of, let's just say 5 for now, and we're gonna print this answer. So print answer, and now we're gonna run this one. So the fifth Fibonacci, is it 5? Yes, it is. And let's just say fib of 10 and 55. Okay, let me say fib of 100, and it takes forever. So that's one of the drawbacks of using this one. It just takes forever to calculate Fibonacci of like higher numbers. So I'm gonna go ahead and interrupt this one because it could not calculate it in time. So let's say fib of 1000, and it gives us an error. Say recursion error, maximum recursion depth exceeded. So you see here we got two drawbacks of using recursion method to calculate the nth number of the Fibonacci sequence. First of all, it's very slow for if you put in higher nth value, and sometimes if you put a number like 1000, actually gives you a runtime recursion error. So right now I'm gonna be doing the same thing, create a function that calculates the nth number, but this time I want to use the iterative methods, and then I'm going to compare these two functions. So fib of n here. Okay, so this function just takes n as its argument, and the first thing I want to do inside is just do the same thing. If n is equals to 1 or n is equals to 2 here, and we're going to say our result is 1. So we saw this here, and the next thing on the else side, like here else, we know that for us to get this 2, we just need to add the two previous numbers, but we tried to do this using the recursion, and it ended up becoming very slow and giving us some runtime errors. So this time I want to create an empty list. Let me just say create a list here. Let me call this array. Array is equals to, and I'm going to be using this method, and none multiplied by Okay, so I create this list and I'm gonna say array1 is equal to 1, and I'm just gonna be initializing some values that we already know, like 1 and 1 for this phase 2. So we know fib of 1 and fib of 2 is just 1. So we're going to be using these two values to calculate the rest of the values. So I'm going to be using a for j in range. So we've already initialized the phase 2. So we're going to be saying 3 here, and then say n plus 1. So it's just going to run from 3 to n here. Our loop is going to run from 3 to n. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be calculating all these values by adding the two previous numbers and store it in this array, and then just add the two previous, add in this array until we arrive at the nth value, and then we're going to return the nth value. So what I want to do here is array j. So the current value is equal to the addition of the two previous values. So we're just going to be doing this. J minus 2 here. It's almost the same as this one, but we don't have to call the function to get the number here. So that is it. Now let's return array n. This. So this is wrong here. I need to put a return instead of result. Okay, this is it. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this one, paste it here, and uncomment this one. This time we're calling fib of 2, no, fib2, this function. Okay, so we're gonna start by a smaller value like 5 case, and we want to print the answer here. So 5, oh, something is wrong. Return, yes, okay, return 1. Okay, clear this first and run it. So fib of 5 is 5. Okay, we saw this one. And let's say fib of 10, we saw it was 55, should be 55. So 55. Okay, fib of 100. When we're using this recursion, it was taking forever to calculate fib of 100. So we're gonna see how fast is this one, and boom, faster, way much faster than that one. And let's say fib of 1000, we saw that this function actually is broken. You cannot calculate anything like fib of 1000. But for this one, you see we get this number. It's a long number here. Let me go ahead and clear everything. Okay, so let's try to calculate a fib of, let me just say 100,000, fib of 100,000. See how fast is it gonna calculate this number. And boom, as you can see guys, this is the longest number I've ever seen in my life. So, and it calculated this long number in a very short time, matter of seconds, maybe 1 second or less than 1 second, I don't know. So this is it guys. This is how you can calculate the nth number of a Fibonacci sequence using either the recursion method or the iterative method. And I wouldn't recommend anybody to use this recursion method to calculate the Fibonacci sequence because it's slow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and comment this one. So this is how you can calculate the nth value of a Fibonacci sequence, and you should be trying to use this iterative method. It's way much faster, and you can calculate the higher values without any runtime errors. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you want more videos like this one, just subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and I'm gonna be uploading similar videos in the future.